All right, so you're scrolling through the news, right? And you see a story that kind of makes you stop.
Mm.
We're going deep on this one. It's about TV personality.
Mm.
Andrea McLean and the health challenges she's been facing.
Yeah, and to get the full picture, we've got reports from a few places. Okay. Magazine themirrorexpress.co.uk.
Whole bunch.
But also, and this is really valuable, Andrea's own updates on Substack and Instagram.
Right, so we get like the official reports and then her own perspective.
Exactly. A really well-rounded view, I think.
Okay, so what we want to do is kind of break down how serious all this was, the recovery, the
Yeah.
ups and the downs.
Right. And pinpoint those key moments, those turning points, and see what they tell us.
Exactly. So let's rewind back to December when it all really started.
December 2024. Yeah. It seems like it came on pretty suddenly.
Oh,
The reports describe it as like flu-like symptoms for about a week,
okay.
but then she collapsed at home.
Wow.
And they weren't just like mild aches and pains, it says the symptoms escalated dramatically.
So this wasn't a slow decline.
No, it
Yeah.
sounds really sudden and serious.
And the diagnoses that came after were really serious stuff. Severe pneumonia, acute kidney injury, and then sepsis.
Right, and just for anyone listening who might not know, sepsis isn't just an infection.
It's way more serious.
It's life-threatening. The body's own response to infection starts harming its own tissues and organs.
So it's like a system-wide issue.
Absolutely. Needs immediate attention, really intensive medical care.
And to really drive home how serious the pneumonia was, impacted her lung capacity massively.
Oh, yeah. One report said it was down to 20% in one lung.
Wow.
Think about it, 20%. Just imagine trying to walk, talk, do anything.
Just breathing would be so hard.
Exactly. It really gives you a sense of the physical struggle she was dealing with.
So she gets through that initial crisis, which is huge, but the recovery itself, we've heard, has been a long road.
Yeah, definitely not a quick bounce back.
Yeah.
Even 2 months later in February, her own update said she was still having these, funny turns.
From what kind of activities?
Simple stuff like going for walks, even mild exercise.
Really?
It shows that bouncing back from something this severe, it takes time. The body needs to heal properly.
Even after that immediate danger is gone.
Absolutely.
You know what really struck me was when she talked about needing to slow down my pace of life. It's like a wake-up call for so many of us.
Right, we push ourselves so hard.
Our bodies have limits, and sometimes it takes a serious illness to make us reevaluate.
It's a big lesson to prioritize rest recovery, not as a luxury, but like you said, a necessity.
Exactly, and it sounds like she's really taking that to heart going forward.
It does. And it wasn't completely smooth sailing. There were more hurdles.
Oh, right.
In March, there was a setback, a fall at home.
Oh.
Another trip to A&E ended up with a black eye.
So even when you're on the mend, there can still be these vulnerable moments.
Yeah, the road to recovery, it's not always straight up,
But thankfully, the more recent news seems really positive.
Definitely.
That appearance at Nick Eade and Alexander Burke's Spring Ball on March 26th,
Yeah, that felt like a turning point.
it was billed as her first real night out since everything happened.
That's huge, symbolically, but also just in terms of her physical strength.
Being able to go out and enjoy herself.
Yeah, it suggests she's got way more energy. Her health is improving compared to those past few months.
And it's so reassuring to hear her own words, "I'm feeling really good now."
Straight from her.
And the media's picked up on this too. They're calling it finally turning a corner after months of setbacks.
It is fantastic to hear.
It really is. And, you can't talk about recovering from serious illness without talking about support.
Absolutely vital.
And her husband, Nick Feeney, he's been amazing.
From everything we've read, he's been incredible.
We see Nick's life stopped for the first few weeks of the new year too.
Wow.
That's dedication, daily hospital visits, waiting during treatments, managing their home, their kids, Finlay and Amy.
That really shows you the ripple effect a serious illness has.
It's not just the individual, it's a whole family.
Yeah. And Andrea's very open about how much his support meant.
She praises him, calls it a huge emotional and logistical toll on their family.
It's a reminder that caregivers go through so much too, the worry, the unseen burdens.
Absolutely. And when you look at the medical side of things, it's a lot.
It's intense.
A week in hospital, that's already a lot.
Yeah.
But then daily outpatient visits for IV antibiotic scans.
That's a long haul.
It shows how committed she was to getting better.
Yeah, and they said that outpatient treatment only recently tapered off.
So it wasn't a quick fix.
No, it emphasizes how much care and monitoring was needed to make sure she could fully recover.
Really makes you appreciate the seriousness of those
It
infections.
just does.
It's also interesting that she chose that specific event for her first public appearance.
The spring ball, right?
Yeah, the one focused on stroke awareness.
It wasn't just any random event.
Definitely not. And we know her grandmother had a stroke.
So it's deeply personal for her.
And she said, "It is a cause close to me. It's an important thing to raise awareness for."
You can hear the sincerity in her voice.
She was there for a reason.
Makes her return to public life even more meaningful.
And it seems like this whole journey has resonated with a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
We've seen coverage from OK Magazine. The Mirror and her updates have been shared everywhere online.
Think about it. It shows how connected people feel to someone like Andrea.
She's been on TV in our lives.
Right. And seeing her go through something this tough, it pulls at the heartstrings.
And when Mirror Celeb OK _magazine, they're sharing her story on X, that means people are invested.
Yeah, there's a sense of relief seeing her doing better.
Okay, so let's sum it up. Andrea McLean faced a truly serious health crisis, severe pneumonia, acute kidney injury, sepsis.
Life-threatening stuff required major medical intervention and a long recovery.
What's amazing is her resilience.
Absolutely. Through the illness, the setbacks, she's now showing real signs of getting better.
And the support from Nick and her family has been crucial.
A pillar of strength.
And you know what this whole thing really highlights? The impact serious illness has on everyone involved.
Not just physically, but emotionally, logistically.
And how much time and adjustment real recovery takes.
It's a journey.
And for all of us listening, thinking about Andrea's experience, it makes you think how important it is to listen to our bodies, right?
Absolutely.
And to recognize that recovering from these serious conditions, it's not always easy or straightforward.
It's often a hidden struggle.
Something we should all be more aware of.
Definitely food for thought.
For sure. All right, well, thanks for diving deep with us on this one.
Absolutely. Always a pleasure.
Until next time.
Thanks.